I'm Ash. I'm an analyst with LDV Capital, and I'm super excited to introduce our next speaker, Nikhil Naik, who will be presenting his keynote on using large language models like ChatGPT for protein design. Nikhil is Director of AI Research at Salesforce. He leads a team of researchers and engineers working on generative AI and its applications in natural language processing, computer vision, and biomedicine. Nikhil's team has developed state-of-the-art AI models for language and image generation and deployed them in collaboration with large companies and university labs at Stanford, UCSF, and UC Berkeley, among others. Take it away, Nikhil.
Thanks for the introduction. I'm excited to speak today about ProGen, our work on using a ChatGPT-like model for protein design. So as Ash said, my team has worked on generative AI, and we applied generative AI for pictures, phrases, and proteins. In the visual domain, we have worked on visual content generation, editing. We have applied conversational AI models for using large language models, and we also applied large language models to the problem of protein design. And today I'm going to talk about how we can apply large language models to the problem of protein design. Designing proteins with desired function is a grand challenge in biology, which has many impactful applications in protein therapeutics, sustainability, and other areas. But current methods of protein design are slow, inefficient, and expensive. And advances in AI can help us solve the protein design problem. So just to give a primer on proteins, proteins are represented in different levels. So the most basic representation is the sequence representation, where each protein is made up of 20 plus unique amino acids. And a protein sequence then folds into a specific structure, and that structure then informs what function it performs. And what's happened in the last decade is that there has been a big rise in large protein sequence databases. Millions of sequences of proteins with metadata are now available online. And this trend has been paralleled by the rise of large language models, this ChatGPT, which all of you have seen. In particular, we have been developing controllable large language models in our team at Salesforce. So the goal here is that you can input a so-called control tag about a topic or about a particular question, and the model will generate a sentence that will represent that topic or answer that question. And about 2 years ago, we applied this technique to the problem of protein design. So we said, why can't we take the millions of proteins that are out there and train a protein language model? And so we trained this language model called ProGen, where the idea is that you can input a protein function or a protein family or a protein type, and then the model will generate a completely synthetic protein sequence that will belong to this family or will perform this function. And so our first goal was to validate that the model actually works. So we generated 100 antibacterial lysozyme proteins. These are enzymes that can kill bacteria. And then we tested these proteins in the wet lab. What we found is that the AI-generated proteins work just as well as natural proteins. They across different protein families, they work equally well. And at the same time, very interestingly, they can be very dissimilar to natural proteins, meaning that I can generate a protein that's extremely different than anything that's been developed by evolution, and this protein can still perform the same function. And that's very exciting for the application of synthetic protein design. This work was published in Nature Biotechnology recently, and in the immediate future, this can help us generate synthetic libraries of functional proteins for discovery or iterative optimization. And in the long run, I believe that AI-driven protein design can solve problems in medicine or sustainability. If you'd like to chat about this topic or other problems in generative AI, please reach out to me over email or on Twitter. Thank you.